Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, pour the Pinot. All the way to the rim. No, stop, keep pouring. You are going to need the liquid courage to get through what I'm about to tell you because I literally feel like I am taking crazy pills. You know my mother-in-law, right? On the surface, she's this saint. She brags about me to the neighbors. She comments heart emojis on all my Facebook photos. She tells me she loves me constantly. But girl, the actions are giving absolute frenemy energy. It is the most wishy-washy psychological warfare I have ever experienced. For example, when my hubby and I got our own place, his mom came over saying she wanted to gift us decorations. Do you know what she brought over? Trash. She literally used our move as an excuse to purge her house. But when her other son moved out, she paid his rent and bought him brand new furniture. Then we needed a dryer. She says, "Oh, I have a dryer you can have. I'll let you have it for $500. Girl, we go to pick it up, and this thing is completely rusted. But she stood there with her hand out, waiting for the cash, and immediately used it to buy herself a top-of-the-line set. So we basically paid for her upgrade. But the worst part is, that was just the beginning of her games. My mother-in-law plays this constant game of take-backsies that drives me up the wall. She wants the dopamine hit of being generous without actually giving anything up. Last week, she offered me a shelving unit. I drove 20 minutes to get it, and when I walked in, she said, "You know what? I think I'm actually going to keep it." But honestly, the elopement drama actually hurt. You know, we eloped, and when we got back, she didn't speak to us for weeks. Stone cold silence. Eventually, she thaws out, but then she starts this rampage about wedding gifts. She trash talks everyone she knows, saying, "Can you believe Aunt Linda didn't send you a gift? That is so tacky." She went on and on about how rude people were. I'm sitting there nodding, but here is the punchline. She didn't get us anything. Not a card, not a check, not a toaster. The hypocrisy is so thick you could cut it with a knife. And if you think that's bad, you won't believe what happened when she offered to pay for our new floors. So after the wedding gift hypocrisy, I should have learned my lesson. But we were looking to redo the floors in the living room, and she found out. She started insisting that she wanted to pay for it. "Let me do this for you," she said. "You guys work so hard." I kept saying no, but she wore my husband down until he finally agreed. We go to the store, pick out the laminate, and get to the register. It's a hefty bill. I step back, expecting her to whip out her credit card like she'd promised for weeks. Instead, she turns to me, blinks her innocent eyes, and says, "Okay, do you have your debit card ready?" My jaw hit the floor. She got all the credit for her generous offer and then just ghosted the transaction while standing right next to me. But the incident that truly shows who she is was for their anniversary. They insisted on a nice homemade meal made by me. So I'm in her kitchen, sweating over the stove, thinking it's going to be an intimate family dinner for 4. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Then it rings again, and again. I look out from the kitchen and people are flooding in. Her friends, neighbors, cousins. She turned her anniversary dinner into a full-blown party and didn't tell me. She sat on the couch with her friends, wine glass in hand, while I was functioning as her unpaid catering staff, frantically trying to stretch a meal meant for 4 people to feed 12. She's just sitting there like a queen bee, saying, "Oh, isn't she wonderful? She insisted on cooking for us." But the cherry on top was Christmas. She hands me a gift from her other son. I open it, and it is this hideous, sparkly sequin top. Not my style at all. I asked, "Did he pick this out?" And she said, "Oh no, he gave me money to pick something. I just bought something I liked. That way, if you don't like it, you can just give it to me." Excuse me, she bought herself a gift with her son's money and gave it to me just so she could take it back. So I said, "It's not my style," and she literally snatched it from my hands. That is my reality. She tells me she loves me, but charges me for rusted appliances and treats me like hired help. Am I crazy? Please tell me I'm not crazy. Pour me another glass.